That's plenty of time. Greetings once more to all of you. Welcome once more to the show. It is time for us to continue. Our heroes have found themselves once again in the limelight, having found the information to stop the dreaded ambassador from turning his country's fury against Korvosa. For now, it remains safe and friendly with its erstwhile progenitor, Chalax. But for now, they've also captured a would-be assassin. Two great tasks done in a short period of time. An assassin and an ambassador taken care of. Major things for the city. Is this the true assassin? A ruse? Something else? Well, the guard. But for now, a new problem has arrived. A third threatening problem. Murder. Death. One of the Shoanti people, Korvosa, has been killed. So, what does this mean? Why is it important? Well, if you join us this fine day, you shall find out. So let the curtain once rise again, as our story continues. And greetings! I went to the wrong thing. Don't worry about that. I switched to the battle map instead of, turning off the thing.
Don't need to see that, chat.
Oh man, it's almost as if he has combat on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're unmuted, Tantus.
You are unmuted.
Okay.
Oh, Tantus. I had a quick question involving the game.
Oh my god, so many dice.
Yes. Ask your question.
Are there still any imps lying around town?
Don't eat the imp.
Maybe? Why?
Don't eat the
I
imp.
need some devil's blood.
You can just get that from, the local magic mart. I mean, if it doesn't have a price associated with it, assume that it's, free.
Buy some
Devil's blood doesn't have a price, but it's devil's blood or unholy water, which unholy water has a price.
Yes, the devil's blood, assume you can get it for, a spell component.
We'll just get you a
Okay, I have a shroom material, so then it wouldn't cost me anything. Got it.
Yeah, if it doesn't have a price associated with it, it doesn't actually have a price.
Yeah.
It will tell you,
Okay. Yeah, well, it has a price for the unholy water, but not for, or 1 drop of devil's blood.
I guess it can assume that, you get the devil's blood might be technically easier to get, but, if you don't have your spell component pouch, you can use the other one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, basically, if you have, a vial of unholy water because you're, you're going into a place of divine beings that you need to fight, but then you lose your spell component pouch, you can use that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because I finally get my spells this level, and I'm taking Infernal Healing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it because with issue materials, you can only issue it if it doesn't have a cost?
If it's 1 gold piece or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, last couple sessions, if you missed it, they dealt with the Chalaxian ambassador. He's taken care of. And then last session, they acquired a supposed assassin, a Miss Trinia, who I guess you guys are assuming that she's not as directly involved as you would think, but she could be involved or something rather. It seems like she's either a accomplice or a patsy or something, at least from the way that she talks about things. And again, technically speaking, there really isn't a great way of seeing even the king. The king could have just gotten a magical disease from something and then died. It's not an impossibility that could have happened. You're in Varisia. Shit like that can sometimes happen.
Lived on top of a cursed pyramid.
Yeah, my character literally just assumed that it was a Shoanti curse or something, and
again, that's the thing is, that's the other thing that there's a lot of angry people saying assassin because it was weird, and people even in the royal palace, but technically speaking, there really isn't evidence otherwise at this point in time. It's just a lot of anger in the city. But when you returned, you did learn that something had occurred, and that a delegation from the Shoanti people of Korvosa. It's basically spiritual and effective leader of the Shoanti people in the entire city. A man called Thousand Boats, which, Khandes, you are well aware of this man.
Yes.
Ada, you didn't meet this man. You probably were told you should probably meet with him, but you got. I'm guessing because we didn't talk about it. You probably got obsessed with finding your brother right away. You know.
I mean, I feel like I got into town and then like 2 days before I could like do anything, I like got a tarot card on my bed.
Probably, it's sort of like you got involved with this before you have a chance to kind of meet with him, but you know of his name at very least. You know, Khandes met this man. You know, he's an incredibly important spiritual leader. He's just some basic information that like at least the two of you would know.
I feel like you had to make a local check.
He's part of the Sukan Quell, the clan of the Skull.
Yeah,
What a cheery
that sounds
name.
about right for Thousand Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, it's just full of cheery names.
Yes, and he's technically a shaman of the Sukan Quell.
What a cool guy.
Mm-hmm. So, what you've learned from Cressida Croft is that his grandson was killed in basically a mob lynching. Is the real way to say it. Mob got angry in the city, blamed some Shoanti people, found one of them, murdered him. But the other thing is, the information that was revealed is that he's especially concerned about this, that there's more to it. But you'll talk with him, you'll find out stuff. You know, there's a meeting arranged for the next day. So you're kind of allowed to basically rest now if you want to. You can stay here in the Citadel. You can head to whatever kind of home you want to if you want to go back there, that kind of thing. You just have to make sure to meet around noon tomorrow. I might have said it a little earlier, but I'm going to say noon tomorrow because that's kind of like a good round time period. What are the three of yours plans? This is still kind of late evening. There's still some chaos in the city. Certainly the activity of earlier in the day probably is already kind of cutting down a little bit. But, yeah, it hasn't gone away completely. There's still a lot of anger. Khandes, doing anything? Sticking here?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to... I might as well get the free meal in bed.
Okay, Ada,
It's probably better than what I have at home.
Yeah, I mean, my character literally doesn't have a home right now. So.
Yeah. Avona, how about you?
I'll probably stay here to make sure people don't do anything dumb, as I've seen them do some very interesting things over my course of knowing them.
And we'll just say for now, because we don't have a Lucia tablet, they're just going to be here. I'll figure out what's going on.
Oh, I was going to say...
Lucia might go and split the party again.
I was going to say, Lucia probably went back to the because there's a recent, like, chaos
Okay, we can say... That's true. We can say Lucia, maybe Tavel came along just in case there was assistance needed. Because there's, if there's rioting in more dangerous area, check up on things.
Yeah,
so
I assume I would go back to the church or whatever that Lucia's a part of to like help out.
Evening time kind of continues to roll onto it. The night kind of starts to take over. Certainly the simple meal here in the Citadel is very fine. But after a short while, one of the guards will come up to you, Avon.
Oh, God.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Are you... I think I was told that you are a... Vici?
Yeah.
Vici? Someone left a letter for you.
Okay.
And he'll just leave it there and hand it to you.
I will open the letter.
Mm-hmm. Miss Movici, I would like to request your presence in a meeting to discuss some things, and I don't know if I'll have a chance to offer something a little nicer with everything that's been going on in the city and how busy we all are. I promised a little bit of something nice to give a gift for my wayward student that we helped out. If you would at your earliest convenience, come to my school. I can at least treat you to a little bit of drinks, perhaps a person to listen. There's words that need to be said, and a little bit of some food from the local establishment.
Okay. About what time is it at this point?
Probably the sun is going down right now, so it's not super late. So I'd say maybe like 6 or 7. And this is Valankara or Suli.
Okay, I would see if the others would want to come with at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Try to just go now because we don't have anything to do right now, and God knows when we'll have a goddamn break after this.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, why not?
I have nothing better to do.
Okay. All right. You can head for his school, and certainly just like before, it's there's a lot of light on inside. There's a couple candles you can kind of see in the back of the area, and he has seemingly set up like a table. He's got a couple of chairs around it, and it's got kind of like some food and drink and stuff on top of it. As he's kind of like leaning back and kind of just looking, and kind of raises an eyebrow and kind of goes, I did not expect your two friends to come along.
It's safer to travel the streets with company.
Makes sense.
We can wait outside. We can wait outside if you wish.
No! This was a gift for your friend here. But I was going to discuss some things that I felt were maybe perhaps a little bit more private with her, to a degree, but were for her to discuss with you or not. I'm a person that has their ears to the street, and I did hear a few things that, well, I know what happened.
They would have to learn eventually, since we're working together. I
understand. Then, he's going to point out where a couple more chairs are for you two to bring it up to the seat, and then kind of offer it. And say, help yourselves. I don't know if it's quite as much for 4, but feel free to take as much as possible. He'll actually kind of go back and grab a couple more glasses, pour a little bit more wine. He also pulled out a second bottle and kind of put it on the table that he had kind of out somewhere in like a back room area nearby.
Thank you.
I'll start with you two since you are here. How do you enjoy the city? I just had some questions, some comments. Certainly a little bit more alien to the city than many others.
Oh, my experience, this is better than my first time visiting the city.
You, Khandes was it? If you're talking, Joe, I can't hear you.
No, I had a sound issue on my computer for a second. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
What was said? I'm sorry, I missed it.
What do you think of the city?
Not as nice as where I came from, but it's been okay.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Kind of nod.
It's a tough thing losing someone close to you. I've certainly lost plenty of people in my time. I learned quickly here in Korvosa that he's gonna kind of get up and kind of like have a glass of wine, kind of like, be swirling it about, sipping at it here and there while he's speaking, kind of like looking back over the room, kind of reflecting upon it. I spent many years here in the streets. I honed my craft. I discovered the secret that skill, strength of arms, and such things can get you somewhere more than just thug on the street or miscreant without light. Those important in the city, those that have money and strength, take notice of you. And after some adventuring and some travels around Varisian, learning a few things, I reflected more upon my life. That's when I started this school. Teach others those skills. But I'm sure you're all aware that things are not always easy in games. I especially wanted to call you here because I had heard word on the street of what happened, what you were planning on doing. Were you successful bringing on in the would-be assassin?
Yes, we were.
For my part, I do my best to work within what is Korvosa. But I, though do not always agree, recognize that sometimes other actions must be taken. People such as Blackjack are there for that. What's going to happen to that woman in the future may affect Korvosa in ways we do not understand. Justice is very blind here in the city. I'm sure some of you have seen it here, or perhaps all of you, here in Old Korvosa especially, but in plenty areas of the city. We do our best to find our way to work within what exists. Blackjack will act if necessary. Or Jaren's letter. Got. So. But the three of you are going to have an opportunity to see what's going to happen. Originally, because I know, Miss Savona, you've seen some of the worst Korvosa has to offer.
I have,
Maybe
yes.
maybe you two have also seen some of it, the dark sides.
Indeed.
Yes.
Around what will happen, the trial and what goes beyond it, there may be a time you will have to make a choice. And I wanted to see what that choice would be for all of you, but especially yours. Yours is a very painful loss.
It's very difficult to process everything.
Whatever happens, whatever choices you make, I would like to see what future, perhaps, Korvosa has. I myself am growing older. Many of the old guard are. And a new generation may have to take over for things. I would like to see what kind of takeover it will be. Whether perhaps mine will be kind of rule to pass on. A teacher. Or someone more akin to Blackjack. What form of justice will we seek in this city?
Hopefully one where innocents are not put in harm's way. Too many die in the surrounding area of guards clashing with criminals or gang wars.
Are you aware of each other's losses?
I know Ada and I are aware of each other's.
I've
I
not
don't
been
thi-
very open about mine.
Yes.
Yes, you never did tell us why you were after Lamb.
He's the reason my fiance is dead.
Lamb has taken much from all of us.
Was that what the necklace you've been wearing has been?
It's our engagement rings, yes.
Oh, my condolences. What?
Agreed.
I do hope we find your sibling.
Haven't had much time to look. Things have gotten a bit crazy.
I can attempt to put some feelers out. Your kind is, well, rare, to be sure.
Someone must have seen something.
I'll see what I can do. It's something that a man named Cario or Siri can take care of. I have my ear to the streets, and know many of the folk that would be able to offer information. Whether it would help or not, I'm unsure, but I can try.
What was the name? Vancario?
That's his man. You know, Van Carlo Oricini. Oricini. I can never say his goddamn name right because he's goddamn names.
That's Pathfinder name.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is his name. Okay.
Yeah.
He said it like it was someone else, and my brain was trying to think
He
of...
basically spoke about himself in third person for a second.
Got it. And that confused the heck out of me. Okay.
Yes. Acceptable. He'll then kind of hold up his glass, kind of settling down into his seat and hold it up, and then to everything that we have lost, and perhaps to work towards a brighter future, learn from these losses, and maybe seek to do something good.
Agreed.
Yes.
You'll enjoy a nice meal, and then I'll kind of bid you farewell, as I assume you will all head back to the Citadel to rest for the evening.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Is there anything you wish to do in the morning? I assume you'll get up, get some food and stuff like that. For breakfast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for a little bit more money to afford, purchasing what I want first.
Okay.
So, I got nothing.
We got paid. Did we get paid for bringing her in?
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
Was that 200?
200 each, yes, because of the power.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I think I already marked that. Probably.
I think I did too. I'm at 14 something.
I don't have a list of scrolls I would potentially purchase because I haven't looked yet. So I will not purchase anything yet.
Okay. Then we can skip towards noon. So, around noon, I assume you're going to be around the Citadel so you can see all that's going to happen, is the gates will open up. And coming in, which Khandes, you and Ada will recognize what is this, is a procession of about a dozen Shoanti men and women in full battle regalia, as if set for war. Will kind of come in flanking, kind of like two columns of them, kind of walking together, and kind of walking down the middle will be three individuals. First,
okay, wait. So where is this?
This is through the gates of the Citadel.
The Citadel. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
so where we were. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you are, yes.
So they just come in at noon. Okay. I thought we were
Yes.
meeting them somewhere, not them meeting us. Okay.
Oh, they're coming to you. So standing in the middle of these three individuals that are coming up the middle is, of course, this man here, which you will recognize in his full shaman outfit as Khandes, Thousand Bones. You know this man. An elderly man. He is certainly been the kind of spiritual leader of the Shoanti in the city for much longer than he's kind of had this ambassadorial situation. He has believed in at most, he has preached coexistence between the Shoanti and the people that have come here more than many others, and he has worked heavy towards it. So whatever's going on weighs heavily on him. Flanking him are two other individuals, though, which I will show to you in chat here. I'll put him up here. So first off is this man here, which you will also recognize, Khandes. You will know this man as he has those close to him referred to him as Navin, but he is known as Screeching Bird. He is the head dockmaster, a Shoanti man who had in his youth been basically kicked out of his tribe, but had re-earned his respect and name here in the city. And he has risen up that he's the guy you work for. And
I was thinking that, yeah.
Yes, everyone that works with him is his family. He treats you like that. And he is a massive man. As big as Khandes is, this man is even bigger and bulkier. He is a towering, huge, muscular man. He does have the parrot on his shoulder, just because I think it's neat. I'm just looking for, a rugged dock worker image, and so, he gets a parrot now. I wasn't going to give him one, but now he's got a parrot.
Oh, makes sense, Screeching Bird.
He has more tattoos that you don't see here,
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find, a lot of shit. So, he's here, and he's definitely an important figure in the city when it comes to the Shoanti people. And then the other person is someone you do not recognize, which I will put up their image here, which is number 7, for the audience at home. This woman, who is dressed kind of as a merchant, and seems to just kind of be walking very calmly kind of back behind the two a little bit. Certainly, any of you can roll knowledge local to know anything else about them.
Wait,
If you
there's
know.
27.
I need to put 1 point into that.
That's usually
Khandes-
a good idea.
To be fair, though, my character knows the least about anything local, so I think it's kind of
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
with a 27, you would recognize this woman. She is a Razia Lunati. She is a woman that is well known in the merchant circles. She's known for being the daughter of an Assyrian merchant and a Shoanti woman here in the city. Took over her father's businesses and moved one of its headquarters here to Korvosa. She is a proud proponent of supporting her people, her mother's people, and sees things like technology, higher magic developments, and stuff like that. She wishes to kind of bring the Shoanti people to the future. She still respects the culture, but she's much more of the extreme. While Thousand Bones wants to find a way to coexist, she's more like, we have to adapt a lot more to come into a future where we can fight against the world. We can set ourselves as part of the world as a whole, kind of thing. So, those are the 3 individuals. Of course, Cressida Croft will greet them, and then kind of motion for you to follow, as the dozen armored warriors will kind of stand at guard, as Thousand Bones and the other 2 will come with you into Cressida's office.
I'll make a kind of I'm gonna make it like apparent in my, because like my character has like Shoanti like armor and like traditional Shoanti armor and stuff. So I'm gonna make it apparent that I'm like with Chrysidia. I don't know.
Yeah. Ahona, can you roll me a history too?
Sure.
Just want to see something here.
History.
You might. It's an interesting thing that. Okay, you do know something then too. You recognize because she has 3 names. Her first name is an Osirian name. Her second name is, of course, her Shoanti name, probably from her, which she does have some tattoos too. She hides most of them, but you can see like one on her neck on the side of her face. That's a Shoanti name. Her last name is a Osirian last name, and it is one that probably reflects very importance as family names of the people of Osiria, of the Gurungi people, tend to be after things related to locations and such. And it's involved in her name. And you will know that the portion of it, Ulanat, is the giant carapace of a monster at the heart of Sothis that is part of the that basically the royal palace was built into. So being named after that means that her Osirian family has to be very important too. Though she does focus more on her Shoanti family, she does have very important connections on the other side too. Just a little bit of things there about her history that, may or may not be important. But you realize that.
Okay. I'll kind of whisper that she's very important to the group.
Yeah. Once you've settled into the office, 1,000 Bones will kind of...
That was Razia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Razia.
There you're talking. Razia.
So, 1,000 Bones will kind of take a look at the room and address you. I'm glad, Christy. You have taken my letter to you seriously. It seems as though you have made an interesting choice, bringing forth 2 children of my tribe. Before I start, I will address them. Adam and Hart! A letter came that said you would be addressing me. Why have you not come to meet with me?
Apologies, it was on my, the city kind of fell into chaos, and, I got caught up trying to solve problems.
Yes, you have. And of course, Elemental Claw. Why have you been absent from our people? There are those that could have helped. And I understand you perhaps are helping your city. You are concerned with the loss of your brother.
We found the person who was responsible for my brother, and we've taken him out. I am sorry that preoccupied me.
At a time like this, your strength could have been required. I know you do not believe in your strength and still refuse to call yourself by the true name I gave you. You should respect it. You have earned that more than you think. Regardless, it does warm my heart that the 2 of you have been put yourself into a position to better our people. While anger and violence cuts through the city, and there are those that would turn it towards us and our people. Outsiders attempting to find our way of life here in the city, trying to become part of it. Plenty dislike this, who are quick to violence and have hatred for us. But you have done actions to help the city. That is something to be proud of for both of you. You have made great friends, it seems. I've spent many years trying to understand those in the city here. There are plenty of people that harbor great love and great power of friendship. But just the same, there are plenty of people that harbor hatred. Plenty of old ones. This was used for the death of my grandson. At first, I was angry, as was my son and his siblings. My grandson's siblings. Yechim died. Take it. There's more to all of this than many of them know. And that is why I've come here to you, Field Marshal Cressida Croft, head of the Korvosan Guard, where we could take things and strength into our own hands. Would we be better than any of the mobs? No. This city has a sense of honor, a sense of justice, when it can be properly bent. The anger of my son would have him rally Skon Kwa back in the Cinderlands, call for war. My words and what I could reveal would not end that hatred. There is something that could. My grandson's body was taken. I found out why. At this point in time, Razia will take a step forward and kind of present a paper and hold it out to you, Khandes.
I'll reach out for it.
In the early days of the original riots, someone put out a list of individuals. Take a look at the first name on it.
I'll look.
Khandes, your name is the first on the list. Not from my blood, but my son's wife's blood comes sometimes abilities like your own, Khandes. It seems as though this individual was seeking members of our people who were blessed with it. Granted, the mob was still the tool of murder. But whether or not this mob was directed, or someone took advantage of it, it seems as though they at least took advantage of my grandson's death to collect a body and a bounty.
Do we know who this is?
Yes, we do. Looking into it, one name came about that seems as though was looking for bodies, particularly ones with elemental abilities. A foul necromancer that is criminal to both our people and those of the city, known as Roth. We managed to apprehend the man that was responsible for delivering. I'll put this name in chat because I'm butchering it probably, but Gaken's body. That's his grandson's. And the other one that's the name he said. Oh, and as soon as she says Rolf, he says Ralph. I'm not going to have you make a sense motive. Croft just seemingly turns white. Like, she hears something and you see her face changes all of a sudden hearing his name. He is taken into a place below the city's graveyard. A place that the spirits call the Dead Ones. Garrick's body must be properly taken to the fires of the ancestors, so his spirit can raise the great sky with honor and dignity. If we can do that, I may be able to stay his father and brother's call for wrath, for war, to continue peace talks, to try to continue to find coexistence. My chest hurts greatly. But I also know that war will not solve any of this. The cycle of hatred must be broken. You work for justice, for the city. You have found in your own quests for perhaps revenge, something more. Justice. Please, retrieve my grandson's body.
Sounds like a great way to solve two problems at once. One for the town and one for Shoanti.
It would be an honor to serve you again, Thousand Bones.
Happy to do a service for our clan. Our tribe.
Crusader will kind of speak up then and be like, I apologize for interrupting you, but I do agree this seems like a very important thing. I heard about your grandson's death. The connections with someone seeking to take advantage of the chaos. And I can only forgive I cannot do anything to apologize for the lawlessness and the mob of our people did what they did. But this would be a goodwill gesture. There is something you should know, though. That name. Roth.
What do you know about him?
His full name is Roth Lamb. He's the only surviving son of, Eodred Lamb. He's a monster that puts his father to shame. He was driven out of the academy, expelled, and his experiments were revealed. He was butchering vagrants, stray animals, anything he could get his hand on to create some kind of golem of collected parts. Academia swept it under the rug, just expelled him. Didn't let people know what kind of trouble he was at the time. Did it quietly. There's been a lot of murders, mutilated bodies, things that have been happening that could be related to him. Certainly plenty of that stuff happens here and there. The number of disappearances that, have been unusual, and things have been found afterwards. Tell me that the necromancer never left. Thousand Bones will kind of speak up. There was a time, which I was believe after his expulsion, we went to learn from some ancient shamans in our tribe. He made a proper offer and came peaceful. Little did I know he was attempting to learn more secrets. Things on the edge of life and death. That his own necromantic powers could use to bring greater strength. He did something similar of the like to some of our people before we drove him out. And then he returned back to the city.
Does any of this ring a bell? Do we know what tribe he would have, like, gone?
Thousand Bones came from the Clan of Skulls, from the Cone Quell.
Okay.
So you can assume that it was the Clan of Skulls he helped with.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
I thought so too, yeah. That sounds like the ones who would know more about life and death.
Well, it's just a shaman from amongst them, basically. Probably dabbled in some light necromantic abilities and stuff like that, and wanted to learn some stuff from him.
Yeah.
The Dead Ones are said to be a remnant of an ancient Shoanti burial ground below the Grey District. I can tell you which one, as there are a few of them throughout the area. Many are kept clear of creatures and undead by the Church of Varisian. But as much as the church is focused on taking care of problems, I'm assuming with the amount of dead in the city, plenty will pop up. Cressida will kind of interrupt. Most likely, if there's one he's probably using, it's the one in Potter's Ward, or any that are in there. And, Thousand Arts, yes, I agree. A place where many bodies are buried haphazardly is one that would be ripe with those to use. We've brought with us the would-be collector of a bounty, a simple man known as Elkaris. When we managed to capture him in his ill-gotten gains, he was very quick to divulge information. We delivered the body via wheelbarrow to a collapsed mausoleum, partially collapsed one, in the Potter's Ward near the southern edge. A toppled, headless statue of a sword-wielding gargoyle lay in the dirt near the entrance here. I was told to leave the body behind the gargoyle. I would suggest that's where you would start your search. The entrance must be around there. The people are angry.
Understandably so.
I do not want them to act, if not necessary. Put this joint effort of both the natives of this city and of our people together to undo this tragedy. It may just bring peace of mind and quell some of their anger.
We will retrieve the body. If possible,
Agreed.
cut down Rolf.
Knowing he's of Lamb's kin, I have no problem taking him out.
Very well. We shall take our leave. As they'll turn to leave, and they'll begin to head out. Which, as they're...
I will say as he turns,
Yeah.
When I get the chance, I will visit you properly. I apologize for the delay.
So, as they're turning to leave, the large man, Screeching Bird, will kind of come over to you and kind of just put his arm around you, Khandes, and kind of just do that kind of pat on the shoulder with a lot of strength. He's like, "Little brother! Why have you not come to help with me? Your blood is taken from you."
I did not want you to have to dirty your hands with such things.
Little brother, you are family, as he was too. I would have dirtied so much, both of you. We are all family at the docks. Remember that.
Agreed.
Tell me, was what you gained revenge or justice?
The city is better without him, but I will not deny that I did enjoy it.
Will not be that the last here in true emotion. Blood for blood is spirit. Now it is done. Keep your spirit intact, little brother. Keep your spirit intact. And next time, come to me.
I will.
Just as myself, you are a child of the docks. We find a place between the greater world as a whole and that of our people. We see much more than... He's kind of like head gesture to, Thousand Bones, who's already kind of making his way along with Razia. The old man doesn't see as much, but he would not listen to an oaf like me. He'll give you another pat on the shoulder if you like. There's work to be done, though, for myself. Work to be done for you. Good luck.
Thank you. To you as well.
No, not with them. And you'll be left in the office with Miss Croft. I can alleviate the same reward as before to keep things official looking. I don't think I can get you any extra from funding. I don't know if you're looking for some other kind of reward. I don't know. Perhaps Thousand Bones will be able to take care of something if you're successful. But I don't know if you are or not.
I owe a debt to him.
Laying the dead to proper rest is important enough to do this without...
The rest of you? In this case, looking towards, Lona, because you're the only one technically here that's...
The standard reward is fine. Nothing more.
Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of supplies on hand for taking care of undead. But I do realize that if there is anything that you wish to purchase, nearby to the Great District is a Church of Varisian. Thousand Bones is correct that they watch over things and try to take care of wayward necromancers, undead, and all that sort of thing as best they can. If they would have any supplies you might need.
Like they haven't been doing a very good job.
It's a big city, a lot of people die.
Understandable.
And they are only one small group.
You did seem worried earlier. Is that just because of the connection to Lamb, or is there something else we should know about Wolf?
There's something I wasn't going to bring up because I didn't think it was going to be important, but maybe now it might be. I came to the awareness that the body you gave to the cowhound was lambs, wasn't it?
Yes.
I guessed as much. After they vacated, we secured the area, and the body was still in relatively decent shape. From some tattoos on his body, we believed to have been weapons. We put it into storage. 2 days ago, it disappeared. From what we know, Rolf had no love for his father. But anybody's going to steal a body and use it for something twisted.
Yes.
We don't have any evidence that it was him, though. Could have been anything, the chaos that's going on in the city.
Is trying to create some sort of golem. Perhaps he eyed some piece of his father as valuable.
I don't know.
Well, if we stumble upon a creature made of it, we will put it down, and this time we will destroy its corpse.
Also, I do not think he's currently aware that you, Bob, had a hand in his father's death. But I would be careful with that. A dangerous, psychotic individual who is much more deadly than his father ever was. Knowing that you were responsible might make them a little bit more dangerous than unhinged.
I see. Well, we will try our best, but if we must face this man, do not count on us being able to bring him back in alive. Seldom do people like him wish to be taken alive.
Men like him who prefer experiments like him rarely are. Good luck.
Thank you.
What do you want to do?
How much does holy water cost?
25 gold.
25 gold. We could probably get it at the Grays.
There's a Church of Varisian near the
Yeah.
within the Graves territory.
Yeah.
You can get some stuff at.
Good idea to get some holy waters.
Why don't we take our break here? We're about at the halfway through time, a little before then. Technically, we started a little late, but that'll be probably a good time, and you can figure out if you want to purchase anything there. Just give me a list of stuff, because I'm not going to do a full roleplay of purchasing stuff there. You can get some basic clerical supplies / anti-undead supplies if you want to very easily at the Church of Varisian. They probably have some things for sale, because, they deal with that a lot. Anyway, if you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and get them, and we'll be back in a little bit. I can just go back and no popcorn food. Hi, everybody, welcome back. Good break. Now, returning. So, what did people get, if anything, from the Church of Varisian?
I did not bother.
That's fine.
I didn't have a chance to really look. I just got back.
I also would not have purchased anything.
Okay.
Like, holy water is like the only thing really in the affordable realm, and it doesn't do that much.
It's not terrible, but it's not also, honestly, not always
Getting like a healing potion or two might not be a bad idea.
Actually, I'll get a healing potion if they have it. That's a good idea.
Sure, Killer Light's
Those
50
cost.
gold.
Yeah.
Sure.
You
It's
pay
good to
50
have
or
one.
60?
50.
50. Sure, I might as well get one of those. Not that
Emergency
I'm
healing.
overly worried, but... It's always good to have one.
It takes some burden off of the healing witch, who's definitely here right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Did Cell take Healing Axe?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
Because I don't think they've used it yet.
Either they either took healing axe or they just have healing spells.
I just thought about it a minute, I'm like, I don't remember Healing Axe.
I just know Cell is our technical healer.
Alright. Well, then you can find your way into the Grep.
Grep?
Yes. So, the Grey District is of course, massive cemetery. And, it's calm in comparison to a lot of the city. Because, well, it's a graveyard. That's for sure. And Potter's Ward is not a great place to be finally put to rest. It's where the poor and homeless end up. It's just mounds of unmarked dirt stretch far and wide in Potter's...
Yeah, it's almost like a Potter's grave is a thing.
Yeah, Potter's Ward.
IRL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally an unmarked grave when you don't have enough. It's like you get buried in piles of just like a large group of just like one hole with a bunch of people in it. And that's
those mounds are unmarked graves. Unmarked mass graves. And there are some mausoleums from years ago abandoned by families in the Grey District as they expanded, left to this place here. No one visits Potter's Ward, really. There's no one to mourn for the people that are put there.
Normally that's just where the destitute get buried who have no money. Or family.
Yep.
So,
So, there is certainly just a stench to the entire place, especially when you get to the Potter's Ward, just because, gotta be honest, they're just tossing them under the ground and burying them half decently, probably.
well, also for Potter's graves, you literally leave them open till they're full, and then you cover them.
Yeah.
So that's historically how it worked.
It probably is here too. So there's probably some open piles being filled.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't smell that great.
Nope. Also, a lot less, stuffed preserved people, so people just tend to rot very horribly anyway, and lots of shallow graves and stuff like that. Anyway, are you heading for the location we're told about? The half-broken mausoleum and the gargoyle statue?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well look around in the area we were told to look around.
Investigation.
Okay. Certainly you can find your way with the directions that were given to a kind of half-broken mausoleum and a gargoyle laying in the ground just the way it was described. What do you want to do now that you've arrived? I guess roll some perceptions, do something else. What do you?
Yeah, I'm going to do a perception around.
Sure.
I can roll a perception technically.
I rolled crap.
You're blind.
Now that I finish writing in...
I get +7. I rolled
You get
2.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate how the sheet sometimes freezes up after you...
Someone has to roll Excel when he's not here.
Yeah, it readapts. The sheet's a little janky. It's not.
It just got so much code running in the back that every time you update something, it has to run through a whole bunch. So it's it's not the best sheet. It could be a little better optimized.
True.
Okay, now I can. Where's?
Okay. So, Avona, Ada, you will be able to notice the area around here. Khandes, you don't notice anything.
Yeah.
You can see.
I noticed my feet.
Some relatively recent tracks in the dirt that probably would have been less noticeable, save for the wheelbarrow marks leading up to where the gargoyle is. After that, there is something a little bit more noticeable. There seems to be tracks that clutter the area, also in the area, that are small humanoids. And the tracks seem to then head into a mausoleum, the half-ruined.
Can I determine what kind of humanoid from the tracks?
Possibly. You can roll a knowledge nature check.
Yay! I hit that.
Oh, I can
all
try
right.
to. Here, I can try to assist you. Oh, never mind. You probably already
You
got
take
it.
a close look at the tracks. So the thing is, like, there are distinct ways that a lot of beings kind of make tracks, even though they wear... Because these also aren't tracks of someone that wears shoes. I'm going to say that there. These are some people that are going barefoot. So that's a helpful thing here. That definitely does make it a little easier to determine what's going on. But this is very unusual because this is something that you only heard like tales about and a description of before. You've never really seen footprints like this before. But in your education, they are creatures that sometimes come from deep within the caves and within the dark. Small, humanoid creatures. Darrow.
Spell that?
Why is... What did I put over top of it?
I think it's Darro.
Derro. Darrow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very rarely seen anywhere near the surface. They're cave dwellers that seem to come from deep within the earth, in places like the Darklands.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Very strange.
Yeah, I'll tell the two that. We seem to have strange creatures on our hands.
Okay.
I suspect they are involved somehow. Be it a necromancer to hire outside help.
Well, we'll have to be careful. And take caution.
You know anything about these creatures?
Only that they are rarely seen above ground.
Knowledge local to identify more information about humanoids.
16 is not great.
I will assist you.
Okay. Or an 18. Still not the greatest.
Darrow are strange creatures. You don't know a lot about them. You definitely have both heard of them. Legend says that they are creatures that were once some kind of fae that basically went deep below the surface and went mad down there. And in their madness, they've done things like begun to covet the surface world. So many of them do find their way sometimes to the surface to do terrible things deep within their madness. Horrible experiments, things like that. They all seek something in their madness, and they go about it in very awful ways, basically. So they're pretty monstrous beings, in general. Pretty terrible beings. Just because, they all went crazy. That's terrifying.
Nice.
I don't know. Maybe one of them went crazy and decided they coveted the kindness of the surface world. Anyway. Where do these tracks lead?
Into the mausoleum.
Got it.
It doesn't take a lot. I'll just keep it the same perception you had from earlier to notice that there is a kind of poorly hidden trap door in the floor of the mausoleum that leads down. Pitch dark down there.
Doesn't bother me.
Do you have dark vision? I only have light
Yes.
vision.
I can go first if you want.
Yes, that'd be smart. I pull out.
Can I see the bottom?
Yes. It's a It's a ladder that leads down to kind of a landing, and then there's a staircase that seems to lead down a little bit farther. And yeah. So like,
I'm gonna make him
you take the ladder down to like a landing staircase. There.
Before I go down the ladder, I'm just gonna make a general perception to see if I hear or see anything moving around.
No. Seems quiet down there.
Okay, I will head down first.
Okay. You can easily get down to the landing, and you can actually see that the staircase goes down for a couple of stories, probably, and then seems to go. And as it goes down farther, you actually see there is some kind of glowing blue light down there.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't light the lantern. I was gonna wait till I got to the bottom to light it, and I just pulled it.
Yeah.
I'll point out the light.
Yeah, it's dark on the staircase though, but yes, when you get down to the whatever's at the bottom, there does seem to be some kind of like chamber down there. You can't really get a good view of it because it's a distance down, but you can see that. Because of the glowing kind of like light glowing blue. So aka low light vision, you can probably see some things in there. You should be fine.
I have low light vision at least. So.
Yeah. I'm going to move carefully and keep my eyes about me to make sure there's no traps along the way.
Sure. Roll that perception. Go ahead. You don't really notice anything. It just seems clear. Staircase down.
Yeah, 4 doesn't do much.
Honestly, I think this would be a great time to utilize the, what is it called?
Your said?
No, there's like a thing that they made in Pathfinder, in the remastered Pathfinder 2e, where it's all like you're out of action combat or something. It's like out of environmental something.
They kind of split up between type of encounters and stuff, and like
basically they made like an environmental type of thing. But the gist of it is basically all like you pick everyone picks something that they're doing. Like it could be looking for traps. It could be looking like scouting ahead. It could be something, and so it's like everyone picks something, and then basically it helps you.
That helps in an area where you're not going into like an actual dungeon to explore right away. It's mainly meant for like large overscale stuff. And
true, yeah, it's meant. For
I can wait. I can do something here. A second here.
Oh, okay.
Drag you to this map here.
Oh,
and
we
then
have a
move
map.
here to this map here.
Yeah. Never mind then. We have a map.
Yeah. So here it like, you see the area. You have it. There you go. That's the landing and the staircase. And you can reveal farther down, leading into the chamber down here. Glowing blue light.
I was taking points, so there we go.
I have 60 foot of actual dark vision as a note.
Yeah, okay. Same here.
So yeah, you can head down the stairs into the chamber in front of you. So I will reveal this chamber. We'll move from there. I assume you're getting to the bottom of the stairs and following them down since you are.
Can I keep an ear out for any sus noises?
Sure.
Not that I'm particularly great at hearing things.
Sure.
12.
Yeah. You don't particularly hear anything. Okay.
We sent someone to go tell our friends to meet us here.
Yeah, they're just late.
They'll be late.
They had to check up on. Well, they probably were at the meeting, and then they had to go check up on something.
Just stopped in.
Yeah.
By a lot.
So there's a large chamber. It's got these 4 wide pillars of stone that kind of support the ceiling. It arches into a dome nearly 20 feet high, and the walls are lined with skeletons caked in mud. They're mostly adult-sized human bones, but here or there are smaller bones from halflings or children. There are 15-foot square pits on the east and west side, filled with heaps of hundreds of bones. And to the south, that area in the wall is actually a crude hole that seems to have been gouged out of the wall, providing access to a tunnel. So this looks to have been like probably some kind of ancient chamber. The two of you will recognize that like chambers like this, I will say, are Shoanti in design. So this would have been like, part of the Shoanti burial ground. But you can definitely look
how much Shoanti stuff is just built on top of it.
Yes.
Native American burial ground. Got it.
It kinda is.
Cast detect magic and look around the room.
Alright. Nothing seems to glow magical. If you do want to roll me a perception check, you can do that also.
No, I'm really good at that.
I'm gonna make a perception just as
Much better than I rolled before.
around the room too.
I cast extend natural weapons.
Okay. you get stretchy claws. You're gonna like Mr. Fantastic it.
Technically, like I can turn my like calls on and off.
I was thinking, the one Indian character fighting video game.
Is it the one in Mortal Kombat or a different one?
Well, yeah,
it's more like Wolverine. I extend my claws.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so
I could perceive, but you're doing a great job.
there doesn't seem to be a lot around here. But the two of you and what's going to happen are all going to be part of the same surprise round, and the only one that's frankly surprised is Aiden.
Damn. That's real unfortunate.
I know. It's real unfortunate as I have to go to the layer and move things to the top layer.
I don't know anything about doing that.
30 skeletons.
Also, I like how the mage stepped in front of the fighter.
I have eyes, so I have to be down.
I have eyes.
I can see. You can't.
I mean, yeah. Where's the blue glow? Like, where is it coming from? Hair.
Oh, I have to select which one of them. That's right.
He's trying to move enemies. Give him a moment.
There you go.
Okay, that's a fucked up owlbear.
Yeah. So I can show this off the chat here too.
3 of us, by the way.
It's an undead owlbear.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Well, we'll see.
We'll go back here for a second, and I can show off these images to chat, and then to you.
Yeah, it looks like some skeletons.
And we'll start with that one here. There you go. And there you go. You can see that nice little dude there.
Yeah, that's not just an owlbear. That's like an owlbear experimented on.
Owlbear skeleton, skeleton man, and then also.
Yeah, but I feel like
it's evil. That's all I know.
Yeah, I feel like some necromancer got a hold of it for it to be like walking on 2 legs.
And then of course we got just normal human skeletons too. Yay!
Hey, look, the last time I fought skeletons in a Pathfinder was level 1. I got my ass beat.
And then I have to put up this thing. This turn order.
So where's the blue light? I just want to know. And what is the?
Okay, I will tell you. It's low light, and the blue light comes from moss. There is strange glowing blue moss in this area. I'm gonna tell you, all over the place. You guys won't really know this. But the book tells me, and I guess one of you could make a really great nature check. I don't really want you to roll. Basically, the Darrow grow moss here because not only does it provide some light, because again, they are subterranean creatures, but light helps sometimes, but also, it's delicious. So there's blue moss growing all over the place in here. They just let it get out of hand, because they can just eat it then.
I'm gonna do this.
Also, this place is incredibly moist.
That sucks.
We'll copy you and create wall skeleton.
Okay. So it's dim light, you said.
That really sucks.
You can say it's at least dim light, yeah. Let me give it some description of the entire area here, just to keep an idea. So yeah, there is the kind of these patches of mold. Is actually what it is. It's not even moss, it's mold. because this place is musty and dank and stinks of rotting flesh everywhere. I will notice there will be some rooms that are worse, but everywhere just stinks of rot in general. Yep. And the ceiling tends to be between 6 to 6.5 feet tall, except rooms like this one where it's much more vaulted. There you go. Let me roll for owlbear skeleton. Pop out this catfish.
If only we had a cleric. So ruined.
If only I rolled better than a 3.
Oh, you're dead. You don't have all the skeletons go on the same turn since there's 3 of us, Tantus.
Fine, I'll roll each individually. That's fine. Each individually.
God.
But I'm also a surprise round, so I don't go.
Yeah.
And they just get a move. Alright.
But the owlbear got a 23.
Descendant. Owlbear gets to move first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Low owlbear. Ada doesn't do anything. Which skeleton is this? This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Avona, you get a standard action. It's a surprise round.
Hey.
Standard or move.
Cool. I'm gonna read a spell really fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I do remember these things were the bane when you were like first level and second level and carrying crowd.
My tiefling got his ass kicked.
They really.
I've got less HP. I'm a wizard. I got less AC than that dude had.
So how strict are you going to be on light rules?
Not at all. It should be enough
Okay.
for all of you to be fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading
It
this.
doesn't tell me there's penalties in the book, so I'm not giving you penalties.
I mean, it says dim light, though, right?
It just says it glows with a blue light. It doesn't describe anything other than that. I assume it's kind of
Okay.
dim. I'm thematically calling it dim, but not giving dim penalties.
Okay. So it's normal mechanically. Cool. I'm good with this.
Okay. Okay. Alright, this is... I can only take a standard or a move, right?
Mm-hmm. But surprise.
Oh, this is
I
awful.
mean, worst case, I could have just taken an action to light a light my light.
God, what the hell do I do here? If I leave, I get slapped.
At least it's only one skeleton that's...
Dude,
that
these
slapped
things
you.
are dangerous. I've seen what a skeleton can do.
I mean, if I remember correctly, isn't like this not adjacent because it's a corner?
Yes, that would not be adjacent because it's a corner.
Yeah, so if you 5-foot step that way.
I can't 5-foot step.
I think
Wait.
5-foot step.
Can
I
I
wouldn't-
during surprise?
Yes.
Well, I want a 5-foot step away from this fucking skeleton.
Sounds good.
Then I'm gonna slap Khandes on the back and make you have
For a
bull
second, I
strength.
thought you were gonna say,
There you
I'm gonna
go. You
slap
get plus
Khandes-
4 strength.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say I slapped
Okay.
Khandes on the butt, not on the back.
Unless you want to resist it, then it's a saving throw.
Not particularly. But my problem is I have a reach weapon.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You should be able to hit because
Oh yeah, I can
Is it
still
about
hit the back of him, I guess, yeah.
right? Is that how that works? I don't remember.
Yes, I'd have to.
I think yes.
Yeah, because
Cons.
like part of them is. Yeah, you'll have trouble hitting these guys if they get close to you, though.
Yeah. Ones that are adjacent, you'd have trouble hitting, but otherwise, technically speaking, you could do stuff to the other ones.
Yeah. Can I rage, or would that be my action?
I do not know what your rage, what kind of action is.
Rage is, I think, free. Let me double check myself.
You do have trouble with creatures in adjacent squares, so it doesn't really matter that you could reach in the back of it. He's still in an adjacent square. But like this guy here and this guy here, you can perfectly cover.
Yeah, it's a free action to Blood Rage.
So you can take it. It's free action.
Oh god, I am probably going to regret doing this, but I am going to move and then rage.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to become large.
Okay.
1, 2... I know, I'm going to be securing some attacks of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But I will move there, and if you want to make me large...
Sure. There you go. I guess we'll have Owlbear try to snap at you.
There.
Oh, you
Yeah.
go there?
Yeah.
Grr! Does 15 hit you?
No.
It would be one of these claws. Well, technically it just says 2 claws. But 21 hits you.
Yeah. A 21 would hit me, yes.
It'll take 3 damage from a claw from the skeleton, as it'll kind of break across your face.
Ouch.
Anyway, Owlbear! Well, I mean, Owlbear's just gonna step up, I guess.
Rip this fucking wizard.
I'm gonna roll a d4 and see what it attacks. It's an owlbear. It doesn't really have like intelligence.
It's an owlbear and a
1,
skeleton.
2, 3, 4. It's gone after Ada. Turns out it doesn't like Ada. 1, 2. So, Ada, does 20 hit you?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay, so it'll take 8 damage as you are bitten horribly by the owlbear. As it kind of mauls into your shoulder a little bit. It beaks into your shoulder. Anyway.
You said 8?
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
It's done. Ada, you're up.
Okay. Now I thing, which is a swift action. You know what? I'm gonna do. Okay, so something I forgot to describe last time I activated this power. Which is more of a fluff thing I decided on. So I choose cold damage as my resistant because I have to pick a dragon type. And but then my scales turn white when I do so.
Okay. Your scales turn white and frosty and almost like that, like kind of like the cold breath comes from your mouth with like those smoking something, Yep. Just because that looks cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to 5-foot step forward and let's attack twice.
Okay. What do you want to attack?
I'm the owlbear because
It's
because
big.
yes.
Yeah,
It's big.
Because it's a bigger threat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's things to say you want to get rid of the ads first because they have less health, and then you take less overall damage. You have less chances to be hit. I've changed my mind. I'm going for a skelly.
Okay.
Let's
Which
start
skelly?
with a bite. The one.
Nice.
The answer is no.
I'm gonna start with that.
That one,
actually.
baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with that. So the first attack is a no. Then tail is a yes.
Tail is a yes. So you hit this one here. You'll manage to hit it with your tail, and it will crumple apart and be destroyed.
Well, that's good.
So skeleton 20 will try to claw you twice because you're right there. I don't think 11 will hit you. Ivona!
5-foot step back.
Yeah, you just saw this giant thing take a step up and tear its beak down into Ada's shoulder.
I will Do I want to do it? Do I want to do this? Man, this is the problem with Wish. I've got choices beyond hit things with a stick. I will read this spell.
Dun dun dun.
Okay. So I now have Draconic Aspect on, so I have 2DR now.
I point at the owlbear that I assume has bones.
It does.
It's
And
all
I
bones.
assume it's mindless, so it won't get a save.
This is also accurate.
I'm going to cast Bone Shaker,
Mhm.
which when cast on an undead allows me to take control of it to do a single action.
Okay.
I'm going to make it attack this skeleton.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so it's a swift action.
Force him to melee action to either move up to its speed or make a single attack and creature of your choice. Okay, so it's going to attack that one there.
Yeah, the one next to it.
All right. Yeah, let me just check. Just make sure. The answer is, I believe, a yes and a yes. Let me just see. Here. All right, just
it
just crushes the skull of it and just like tears it off like the head. And...
I can't
Ada like looks at it questionably and looks back at you like
I can't maintain
okay,
control
and then,
if it's for long.
looks back at you and then like, oh, okay, it was you.
That's my turn.
No, it's a skelly. The
I
one that hasn't, it's still up and hasn't done anything.
Yeah. I guess we'll just move here and try to claw you. Does a 20 hit you? Or does a 17 hit you?
17 does not.
Does a 20 hit you?
It does.
So you'll take 3 more damage.
I'll
Minimum
take
skelly
3 more
damage. Ooh!
Or sorry, I'll take one damage because
Ooh.
DR.
DR now.
You did take less bite damage then too, I guess.
No, because I hadn't activated it yet.
Ah. Well, anyway, Khandes.
I'm going to go hit the owlbear.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh god, actually I gotta double check something that I was stupid and didn't check.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It lasts for a minute, so I'm not going to just activate it out of the blue.
Mm-hmm. Understand.
Well, a minute per thing. I can do it for up to 7 minutes.
Okay, so I have another...
It's a minute at a time.
That...
Understand that.
Okay, so there we go.
If you activate it and immediately deactivate it, it uses up a minute, because you have to use it in 1 minute increments.
Well,
I love those powers. 1 minute
Oh
increments.
yeah, I love the wasteful powers that exist.
Does an 18 hit the owlbear?
Yes, it does.
It takes 9 bludgeoning.
All right, it's taken 9 bludgeoning. It's still up. Owlbear's tough.
Yeah, I figured.
Owlbear's gonna continue to maul Ada because it's what's there, and it's honestly it's
It's
has
the only
no
thing
mind.
within reach.
It has no mind. It's single-minded.
It's a mindless boy.
Yeah.
It doesn't bite you. Does an 18 hit you?
Me?
Yes.
My AC is 19.
Okay.
Neat.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they're really good at flanking either. They are
Oh, they-
mindless.
They are mindless
Oh,
creatures.
shoot. You know what? It would
Something.
actually took more damage because I didn't up my weapon die. Oh, it would have been 2d. D12 goes to 2d6.
I mean, I'm not sure flanking
I
needs to
can
be
look it up.
intentional. I'll be completely honest.
I mean, if you want to get hit for 7 more damage, that's fine.
Like,
Chances, does a D12 go to 2d6?
I'll check the enlarged person
It
table
might
in
be
Pathfinder.
3d6.
Let me look.
Yeah.
You have a what, a D12?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but
I think it goes to 2d6.
Okay, so
No,
that should have
I'll
actually
let
been
you be
2d6.
the
Let me
judge.
re-roll the damage that would have happened to him.
Oh,
Honestly,
hold on. Actually, so, yes, it would go to 2. If I'm reading this right, because on this, I think it says 1d12 counts as 2d6 in the chart, so it would actually jump from, it would be 2d8.
Oh, it'd be 2d8.
according to the progression chart on enlarged.
Okay, so then I should have been 2d8 damage. So let me just roll 2d8.
Yeah,
Just
1d8.
pressure
No,
trigger.
oh wait, no. It's a D12 weapon.
Yeah.
It goes to 3d6 actually.
Oh,
it's 3D6.
okay.
Okay.
That's under the weapons equipment. It's got the chart.
Sorry, there are so many charts for enlarged.
Okay,
There
it would have been
fucking
10
are.
damage instead.
Make sure you add the 7 strength.
10 plus. What was your?
7
My
strength.
damage before. My strength is right now at 24.
So
plus 7.
Because you rolled a 2 before, so it would be 17 total. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal.
That I forgot to. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I have to make a
You're
large
really strong currently.
Lucerne
Yeah.
hammer.
I have like so many attacks because like I have to like each
Yeah, that's
damage
a lot.
type of a different natural attack, and then I have to also have it because like I can make.
I apologize if it's slow chat. This is technically our first combat with these characters because I
Yeah,
don't count
you
Hammer Blades as a combat.
Yeah, there wasn't
Lamb
really a lot
and
of
Lamb barely counted as well.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
This is the first
yeah.
real combat where we can do anything.
I mean, they don't really talk about it, but I'm going to be honest. Like, I feel like because you have to be able to take advantage of flanking, I'm not going to give it to them because they're stupid minus
Okay.
stuff. Anyway.
You're
Uh,
skeleton.
Like, if something was intelligence, it could take advantage of the distraction by a mindless creature, but they can't take advantage of their distractions by each other.
I mean, I can
don't
actually
work
take
together.
hits now, which is why I don't care.
But I feel like that's appropriate. Anyway, so, Aiden,
There
you
we
go
go. Now I
after the
have
Albert.
a large one now ready.
Okay, well, if I roll well, I could, in theory, get rid of 2, so let's try this.
Ooh.
There's a 14 hit.
A Skelly man, right?
Yes, I'm taking rid of the skellies.
Let's check. A 14 would not hit.
Okay. And 18.
An 18 would hit. Which one are you targeting?
I was targeting this one.
Right, well, it gets destroyed then. Clatters about. Falls to the ground.
Alright.
Alright. Then the last Skelly man will, I guess, claw you sometimes. Try to. 4 more damage. Or 2 more damage, actually.
You know, I am the tank, so it's
Look,
fine.
It's apparently able to roll that, total plus 2 that
But
has to hit
but-
you.
I do want to say, it's got a +2, and it has to hit a 19. It literally has like a range of 3 to hit me. Thankfully, it hasn't crit.
It does its job well of being annoying. Anyway,
It
all
was the,
right.
it was the hour bell. The hour bell has like a +4, so that's fine.
Oh no.
I will point at
Plus
the
6,
owlbear and I will cast Disrupt Undead.
Okay.
It's an attack. How do you roll a ray attack in this game?
It would just be.
Does the range?
It's just a straight range attack, so it
It
hit
would be
range.
ranged. It's a 14 touch.
Let me check Owlbear's touch AC. The answer is yes to that.
And it'll take 3 damage.
All right, still up. Khandes.
I will
Level
see
2
if I can
spell.
finish that off.
That's a
What level
cantrip.
spell?
It's a level
Oh,
0,
it's a
so.
cantrip. Sorry.
Well, sorry.
Sorry.
no,
Sorry.
It
I
is
saw.
it is a cantrip.
I mean, the answer is yes. You just
Sure?
did you just did
Well,
20
I think I just batted its head off.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta get power attack, baby.
Oh, I do have power attack. I forgot about that.
Oh, now you need to make. Actually, I should. Honestly, part of me is like, if Tantus gives me access to your sheet, I can add a buff to make it so you can have power attack.
Okay.
'Cause I can make the buffs.
Some spicy
you know how
hammer
you've seen the
damage.
top
Good
corner
lord.
where there's like a buff section.
That's some good
Yeah.
hammer damage. But
Yeah.
yes, you smash down into its kind of body with a kind of swinging motion, causing its head to crack and crumble and then fly off in bits, kind of back on this back wall over here. Owlbear's spell is gone. Ada.
Woo. Well, one more to go. No,
Mm-hmm.
I have a +7. I want to point that out.
I think you've never hit with a bite. You've kept hitting with tail attacks. Try the tail.
Oh
No,
no,
not this time.
rolled
Not
even
this time.
worse.
All right. This one Skelly Man, he's gonna get revenge
shit.
on you. Even though it has no concept of revenge.
Killed my
It's probably
bear.
gonna hit you for another 4/2.
Bro, skeleton's back.
This skeleton hates me. I think it's offended by me being a Shoanti or something.
Alright,
Who knows?
It's one of those.
20, that's a crit.
Yes, that is a crit.
Dead.
Roll your 2d6, I guess it is.
2d6.
Roll to confirm.
Yeah, hold on, I have to
No,
roll to
I'm just-
confirm.
Just fine. You rolled a nat 20, confirm. Whatever. I don't...
3 dead.
Oh, okay,
3
we don't
damage.
have to worry about confirming.
I've been really nice about it. Like, I've been ignoring some, but I'm gonna do that kind of with enemies too. So it's like, if it's a natural 20,
Okay.
if it's got like greater range, I might roll for confirm. But like nat 20s, nat 1s, I'm gonna ignore like a lot of the stuff with those.
I used to play a
so then-
Cyclops. I crit when I want to.
They're just so like hard to play because you're like, when do I want to like murder someone? And it feels terrible. Anyway.
Immediate.
Khandes, you're still here, and it's still up. There's a Skelly Man, kind of with some cover to you. But 25 is way more than enough to hit it, and
Sure.
it has 1 hit point.
It explodes.
Yeah. You kind of reach your weapon around, like, over Ada's head and kind of bash into it, kind of slamming into this,
Thankfully, it's
tower
a
here.
20-foot ceiling. That might be.
Yeah.
So there's the roof kind of shakes and shimmies as you kind of smack into it, though. Yeah.
Well, that hurt. I say, rubbing the bite on my shoulder.
Sorry, I can only control it for a short period of time.
Well, it caught me off guard.
Well, this room is clear, and its undead guardians gone. There are still massive bone pits, though.
Yeah. Can I tell what kind of bones? I mean, like mostly human, obviously, but
You can
it's
put
like-
me
is
back to medium.
My question is more: are they recent or ancient?
Ooh. I'd say probably the majority of them are ancient, most likely.
Okay.
Though it's probably a mixture. It
Got
looks
it.
like they've probably been cleaned out from other places, and maybe like if there's bones left over from something somewhere, they were moved here. The walls are also again caked in mud and bones too.
Yeah, I mean, I figured those were like built by Shoanti. I'm just wondering if like he is like using this as a disposal spot, or if this was just a natural burial spot.
Or I'm going to use these later.
Yeah, that too.
Maybe a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. You know.
Got it.
There might have already been some bones here, kind of, and he's just like, oh, well, I guess add some more to it. Might as well.
Should we wait for our friends before continuing further?
Khandes, should we wait for our friend?
Up to you if you want to dive deeper, or that's kind of where I'd like leaving it for you guys. If you want to call it here, we very easily could, and have an opening for people to join us next time. It is a very open spot that you have secured the landing site, and certainly probably left markers. They have the information, you kind of say. I'm just going to say that they were at the meeting and didn't say anything, because honestly, the two people that would have said a lot at the meeting with 1,000 rooms.
Well, I mean, the two people who only said anything.
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't think,
Ivona really didn't
Ivona
need to
said
say
anything.
a lot. Yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, wasn't much of a need to.
Yeah.
So,
I still
Easily-
technically a bull strength.
easily they could have had to...
Of that for...
Maybe we can say they were looking into something that could have... Oh, hey! Guess what? I just thought of something. Lucia has the father figure that is a priest. maybe went to them to see if they had anything to help fight undead.
That's
Honestly.
smart.
Yeah.
that
Cal
makes
probably
sense.
went along, and then they're probably going to meet you here. They said, like, try to secure the entrance or something, and this can count as securing the entrance, you know?
Or even just real like, let's poke our head in and see what's down.
Curiosity might have driven you a little bit into here, but now you're like, okay, we've secured a spot, now we should probably leave.
Yeah.
I will
those
guard
are-
the hole.
Yeah, there's tunnels there, with stuff that will probably be revealed a lot of, when we get people next week, because one's a little bit early. Again, because we were down 2 people, we did manage to get the kind of setup into it and get into the dungeon proper. There's this, there's a big old dungeon here. I could probably actually, like, it's not as big as it looks with the map here, because it's like this entire area. Here it's just
Yeah.
stuff.
I have it very small, so I can't really see what's going on, but I do, you know.
Here's some corners in here. Ah. Did the roll 20 just freeze up a little bit on me? Maybe. Anyway,
Does that.
I'll send this back over here. Oh, I still have human skeleton up and running.
Human skeleton.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
defeated-
he really didn't like me.
I mean, it had no emotions whatsoever. It's but it.
How much damage did you end up taking?
So I took, from 39 to 26. My brain's not doing math right now. 15. No,
Yeah,
a little less. 13.
yeah. I took
Yeah,
3.
Yeah.
But
We
that's
only got
because
the
I...
attack of opportunity.
Yeah, well,
I got-
that's
I
because
got-
also
I got-
I don't stand next to things.
I also got one big hit from the owlbear, which was 8. That was
Yeah.
the majority.
Albert,
yeah.
Albert was so much more deadly than those guys. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They did almost as much damage.
I mean, because it got a lot of little chip damage and rolled very
Yeah.
well.
But no, I honestly though, I would have taken a lot more damage if I didn't have that 2 DR. I actually think that DR is really going to make me the tank. I'm the tank, whereas Khandes is the damage.
Because what kind of DR is it anyway?
Adamantine.
Okay, I need to know that because it's probably not going to come up for quite some time. But in later adventures, there definitely might be some things that can get through your DR.
Yep.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a disadvantage. It's not quite as good as the Barbarians' DR, but it,
Yeah, they just
you know,
DR nothing, right?
yeah, they just absorb physical damage completely.
I think it turns to like DR dash later, but it starts out as DR adamantine.
Anyway, why don't we give some shout-outs and kind of stuff like that, and we end for today. We were only, we did pretty good with 3 of us. I hope we kind of enjoyed kind of a little bit of a setup. There's some things going on in the city, and, you know, when a weird vigilante appears, I've put some more setup for that, because he's going to show up a couple of times in the story.
Lamb has family. Is this the only family? Was that said? This is only surviving heir?
He is his only surviving son.
Okay.
And I'm
Man,
going to tell you,
They should have had, like, a family, and it's like, okay,
Le-
we have to eradicate all of Lambs.
Lamb did not have a wife, probably. Probably the son is, like,
Oh,
you know...
I did not think that. I assumed that.
He was probably a really awful father, too. But his son is kind of a necromancer sociopath.
Yep.
Psychopath, you know? So... Yeah... I kind of want to say apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but I think it actually went a lot farther and just became more evil. I mean...
Although
Lamb was pretty terrible.
I do want to say, though, the DR is equal to half my level. It'll be
shout-outs.
good.
Yeah, it'll scale up.
Yosef, do you have any shout-outs this week?
Early Happy New Year?
Yeah, early Happy New Year. Momo.
Yeah, you catch me sometimes on discussing tabletop. You catch me here, obviously, and then occasionally when Tanthus plays a co-op game, I'll be there too.
Mm-hmm. That happens. We have banging an angle. Bed kitten behind me.
There's a bed cap.
Yeah. Adventure has a little bit more white pretty eyes. And that makes a difference between the two. I'm usually pretty good on it. Lightning. Or not Lightning. Because Lightning's in chat. I thought of it. Worm. You've got a
I'm Diamond Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWorm or at DiamondWorm on Twitter. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Yeah. I've been sick, so I haven't been streaming. But I will probably be fine by Saturday, so I'll probably be streaming.
Cool. Tantus, Naravan, Jacob. I basically run this channel here. If you want to check out all my stuff, I do a bunch of tabletop stuff, I do a bunch of gaming stuff. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays is the gaming stuff. Make sure to check those out. It's always fun. I've been doing a lot of the Dragon Warrior 4 randomizer, which was a fun thing to revisit. But it's like a weird thing because it's an older game, so it's hard to know when the, like, story beat markers are and when I trigger them. So sort of like, I've been struggling a little with that. But it's been not too bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like those weird things where it's all like, wait, why is that the story trigger?
Yeah, it's sort of like, oh, I have to go here.
Those old games.
Yeah, I have to go there and do. So I like visited this one place where I'm supposed to go to eventually. I'm like, why isn't this triggered? Oh, I got to go do these other things first and then trigger it.
Yeah.
But you know, tabletop stuff. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Tomorrow will be some Pathfinder stuff. I'm going to be talking about Dampier and Korvosa tomorrow. Two things which are in this game here. One of this is Momo's character and the city. Yeah. I technically were going to do them on different weeks before, but I redid the schedule a little bit a while ago, so now they're in the same week. So check that out if you want to learn about those things. We'll talk about them, and then, you know, we'll finish up more stuff. And I'm going to do something a little bigger on Monday for New Year's Day. I haven't figured out all the plans for that one, but New Year's Day, I'm gonna do something, maybe a little bit more games with people, kind of stuff like that. I'll try to organize it one of these days here. I think I talked about, like, off stream that organization just is when I have the time to do it, I don't always remember to do it. My brain is bad now. We'll try to get it done. Get some fun in it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Remember to check out all the links to people, you know, any social media for any of us. You know, I've got mine linked below. If you're joining on YouTube, check out the Twitch side. If you're joining Twitch, join the YouTube side. Do all those little things, you know, the follows, likes, subscribes, all that stuff you do in either of those channels respectively. I say to you out there, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your Wednesday if it's still then, or have a great Thursday, Thursday for you, wherever you are. And until next week, when we continue these adventures and continue a very, it's not a huge dungeon, but it's a dungeon crawl to a degree through a you know, ancient graveyard / tunnel system.
Probably bigger than Lamb's hideout.
Technically, yes. Certainly, it's got a lot more enemy encounters than in Lamb's hideout. Lamb's hideout had like 3, and then him.
Yeah.
And they were sort of encounters.
Yeah.
But, alright. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Watch all that stuff. Anyway, bye!
Bye.
Bye.